Hello and welcome back. I hope you guys are having a wonderful morning. Morning here in Tucson. Let's see. I have some really fun comparison for you. So this morning I'm going to be comparing. Let's take a look. I have Breville Express and my Rancilio Silvia. So Rancilio Silvia, I just got this a few days ago. Unfortunately, I have to return it because I don't know, some of you saw a video from yesterday. Everything works fine, but comes to steaming, the PDI is not working. Something to do with the electrical. So I did talk with the owner yesterday, the seller, and then I show him what happened. We did a video chat. He realized the steaming, the PDI is not working because it doesn't stop at certain temperatures. So, but comes to making just a regular espresso, works fine for that functionality. So I'm really looking forward to just comparing it, Silvia versus Breville Express. Okay, so let's talk about what's the main difference between Silvia and Rancilio. I'm sorry, Silvia and Breville Express. Let's start with, you know what? Let's get the better angle going here. Obviously, the main difference is the build quality. Everything is all stainless steel. It's all metal, stainless steel. And with Breville Express, you know, we have some stainless steel plus the plastic aspects of it. And this Breville Express, as you guys know, has a built-in grinder. This one does not. Okay. The main thing is, so this is more like the pro consumer espresso machine. So this is a 58 millimeter portafilter compared to we have 54. Okay, the difference is, as you can see, it's pretty shallow there, and the Breville Express obviously is much deeper, but it's narrow. So comes to grinder size is a little bit more, so you have to adjust. If you're upgrading from 54 to 58, you have to adjust some how you grind the beans. And okay, so this one has a single boiler. A boiler means that it actually has a boiler inside. You can boil the water. Breville Express comes with a thermal block technology. So think of it as like the instant hot water. So there's no boiler inside, it just heats up instantly. So this one also has built-in PDI, that's the big one there. This one, if you buy stock, Silvia does not comes with PDI. However, the previous owner, actually the seller, put aftermarket, it's called Me Coffee, PDI. So PDI does work. So let's take a look here. So this is what's going on with this machine right now.
You said the PDI didn't work.
Okay, PDI works under brew temperature control, but comes to steaming, does not work. Okay, no, I'm sorry, not PDI, PID. Thank you. Yeah, PID has a faulty PID for steaming function. So that's the main difference there. Let's see. So this morning, I'm going to pull 2 shots. One from Rancilio and one from Breville Express. And obviously, I cannot do steam on this one. So we just, let's compare those espresso to espresso, and let's find out. So I'm going to be using 15 gram for Rancilio, and then I'm going to be using 17 gram, but I'm going to do the 2-to-1 ratio so we can compare apple to apple. So let's get going. Okay, so this morning I'm going to be using Good Brothers coffee from Zambia. So that's pretty good. Okay. Let's get you guys here. Let's take a look. So I'm going to start with the Rancilio. I got my scale. I'm going to measure out 15 gram. Okay, I don't want to waste my precious beans here. Okay, 13, 14, 15. Okay. Okay, one more thing. I'm going to be using not niche grinder. I'm planning on using the built-in grinder from the Breville Express, so we can actually compare apple to apple. Okay, so again, with the built-in grinder, I put 15 gram in. I got 15 gram out. The reason is, so this is not a zero dosing, zero retention grinder, but pretty much you're replacing from the old beans to new on the top of it. So sometimes you get right on it. Acting like zero retention. I'm just gonna flush out the shot glass. Okay, and warm up the shot glass there. So I've been warming up for last, half an hour or so. Everything's all warmed up and ready to go. And I'm gonna do 1-to-2 ratio. Great thing about the 58 millimeter, you can actually using my dosing cup now.
How long do you have to wait to warm up the ratio?
Someone asked me how long do I have to wait for. I like to wait about half an hour just to make sure everything, the water should be fine within five minutes, but I like to warm up the group head. It does take time. I'm just gonna give it a good temp. Again, 1-to-2 ratio here. Okay. Got my scale. You know what? Okay, here we go. So I'm going to start time. So I'm looking for 30 gram. Okay, as you can see, shot looks pretty good. I dialed in this morning, so it took me about 3 times to dial in. Time is around like 25 seconds or so it's pretty good. The ratio is really good. Okay. Okay, and then, so let's taste. So the flavor should be on this beans. Hold on, let's take a look. I'm looking at red berry, wine, and chocolate flavor. So let's find out here. Get my spoon going. Cheers. Definitely berry. Very bright, okay? The bright, let's see here. It's quite nice though, it's very balanced.
Somebody asked, which machine do you think looks the best?
Someone asked me which machine looks the best. You know what? I'm gonna go over that after the video because I have a lot of thoughts on these two machines. Okay. Okay. So I have my mental note right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull the shot with Breville Express. You know what? Before that, let's take a look at the puck. The puck, by the way, I got this knockbox for $9 on Amazon. The puck looks pretty good as well. Okay, it just came right up. So everything is all working condition. I wish this machine is great machine so far, but unfortunately the steam is not working. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's move on to Breville Express. So with this, I need to change my grinder setting. So this one I would set at really fine. Number 3 on my grinder setting. So, but with my my setup for my 54 millimeter setup, I'm going to change to, let's see, number 6 on this one. And I'm going to be using my 3D dosing funnel for this. Again, using 17, and you know what, I'm going to use 17 gram. Because I want to be close as possible with Rancilio. So let's use a 17 here.
Somebody said they watched a video about the Silvia where they said you had to temp surf to get to that shot.
Someone asked me about the temping, surfing the temp. But thing is, this one has a built-in PID, so you don't have to do the surf the temperature. Because the PID does it for you. Okay, so I'm gonna do 17 gram. Okay. There we go. By the way, I'm using the Airscape cup canister. I mean, it's really nice to use. So far I've been using pretty much all of them out there. But my favorite is so far Airscape and the Fella Atmos. So let's do it. 17 gram. Make sure I got all the beans out. Tap.
Somebody said they want a Lacavoni versus Rancilio.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna use my temper. Just make sure having a consistent temp. Okay. Just gonna clean up here. You know what, let's time it too. So last one, I got about 25-second extraction time. So let's find out with this one. So this one, I'm looking for 34 gram. So 1 to 2. 17 in, 34 out. Okay. Hopefully, you know, we're gonna get a lucky at first time. Okay, so I'm gonna start the timer and shots. Looking for 34. I like having the gauge as well, just to let you know your pressure too. So it's quite nice. Okay, it's 34 gram. Okay, I got 35, around 28 seconds there. So overall, shot looks really good. Actually, shot looks amazing. Okay. So I think that's, I mean, both pretty great shots. Let me wash the spoon for a sec. So first one with Rancilio, and tastes somewhat bright there, but with this one, let's see. So this is the Breville Express. Here we go. Cheers. Man, pretty much it's all about this. Man, it's hard to tell, guys. They're both really good. Okay. This is, I feel like this is more smooth than this one. This is more, a little bit more brighter. Because same time, so this one I use what, 15 gram on this one. So this one 17 grams, so it has more beans in it. So if I have the same basket, so this basket for Rancilio, up to 14 grams. So this is 14 gram baskets. But I bet you, that's why I squeeze it into 15 gram, but hold on, let's try this. Rancilio one more time from Silvia. I know this is cold, but still. It's more brighter with this one. So this one is more smooth. Yeah, it's more smooth, but both fantastic. Okay, so here's my. If I'm gonna get the same basket size, I wonder we're gonna get the pretty much a similar taste. I'm not sure, but so far, comes to tasting shots, both fantastic. Okay, I mean there's no doubt about it, and comes to the easeability of using it. You're just taking the espresso, making espresso. I mean, both really easy, okay? Both really easy to clean up. I mean, like this one here, because they both use the three-way solenoid valve, puck just fall right out, okay? So that's not the issue at this point. So what I'm trying to say is, if you guys like milk-based drink, personally, my personal opinion, I think I go with Breville Express, because even though you have to wait about like 45 seconds, I just started. Okay, let's keep going. I think it takes about 30 seconds maybe. Now it's kicking, okay? So now you're ready to steam. Okay. So now it's ready to steam. Once you finish steaming, you can pull the shot right away. But with Silvia, because since you are using only one single boiler, because the steaming temperature is a lot higher than the brewing temperature. Okay, with steaming temperature, you're looking around 120 Celsius to 130 Celsius. The brewing temperature is about 93 Celsius up to 100. So you have to cool down the machine, the boiler. So there's a different way to do that. So that's more involved, making the steam milk and the shot after shot. So it comes to easeability, I think I give it a Breville Express. Someone asked me which one I like the look of it. You know what? I mean, I like the look of, okay, again, I like the look of the Breville Express as well, because we both use a built-in grinder that tastes fine. I mean, both taste great. But with the Rancilio, you have to buy separate grinder as well. So it comes to taking up your space at your home, taking up more with the Rancilio. So taking up more with the Rancilio than Breville Express. So if you guys are first time getting into espresso at home, I think I'm gonna go with Breville, okay? But if you are really serious about espresso, man, that's tough call, guys, because this one brand new, okay, the Rancilio brand new is about $750 on Amazon or Seattle Coffee Gear, okay, around $700 range, and the Pro just came out. They're about $1,650, so they're really pricey. But the Pro is a dual boiler, by the way, so you don't have to deal with anything. So the new Pro comes with the PID, dual boiler, total package. But this one does not, okay? This one, there's no PID came with from the factory. You have to install it aftermarket. That's somewhat, I don't want to do it myself. That's why, that's why this thing is not working properly, because if something goes wrong on that PID during the installation, there's no a lot of recourse there, so. And then, let's see, what else? You have to buy the decent grinder for this, because you don't want to buy some cheap grinder either. So, you want to buy least. My personal recommendation is like Seta 270 is really good match for this. I know someone likes the Rocky grinder from Rancilio as well. So, but you need a decent grinder for that. For Breville Express, man, it's all there. Okay, so 90% of us out there we want to drink good coffee at home, okay? We want to drink better coffee. And if you want to drink like the real coffee, not the real, I don't want to say real coffee, but high quality coffee, I definitely save money for like dual boiler system. So definitely not, okay. So it's all depend on you guys. It's all about your choice and your budget. By the way, someone asking about the Gaza Classic Pro. The reason I choose Rancilio Silvia over Gaza Classic, because I'm going to shout out to Chris Parker. He informed me that Gaza Classic, the boiler is made out of aluminum. Okay, so this is brass boiler for the Rancilio. So I'm not a doctor, but I'm trying to away from aluminum stuff, especially you're boiling hot water there. So I don't know what's the health related, but I don't know. So I think that's the one thing I like about the Rancilio is just they're like high quality, equipment, okay? Easy to fix. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know, okay?
Yeah, we have lots of
Okay, we got questions.
let's see. The first one was, do you regret to buying it now?
Someone asked me, do you regret buying it now? No, you know what? I don't regret all my purchase, but again, I hate to just returning it. You know what I mean? Because, seller was nice enough to package really well, well taken care of machine, but unfortunately, we are dealing with the electronics. That is unfortunate because, that sometimes is go bad. And the reason why I bought this machine because the built-in PID, he put it in. That's the most thing I was really excited about. So again, I'm not regretting it, but it's hassle for both of us, buyers and seller.
Are the temperatures the same on both machines?
Someone asked me, is a temperature? Yes, I set my PID between 195 and 200. So pretty much the identical not identical, but a couple of degrees up, but pretty much the same temperature.
Somebody shared that the water doesn't touch the aluminum.
Someone shared that aluminum, the water. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for reminding. Yeah, that's really good info there. So I thought the water is touching the aluminum, but that's good point. Thank you. Okay.
Which one do you think looks the best machine?
Someone asked me about the looks. I don't know. What do you guys think? Personally, I really like the look of the Bravo at home. Okay, I'm talking about the home. Is only one. It has built-in grinder. With Rancilio, obviously you have to have a separate grinder as well. So, if you got a nice looking grinder, so Rancilio is not a bad either. But again, so Rancilio, you're looking at $700 plus the grinder, you're looking at 1,000. Bravo, they just raised the price, by the way. Last week, $599, this week, $679. So I don't know what's going on with the Bravo, but make sure wait for the holidays. I bet you they're gonna come up some really good specials. So if you're looking to buy one, I don't know. I'm always go back to this one. Overall, I'm really impressed with the quality too.
Somebody says they have the Breville Express and they're struggling with an Ethiopian bean. The shot is always too fast and the pressure very high, close to choking. Any ideas? Okay, someone asked me about trying to dial in Ethiopia beans on Breville Express. That's like case by case, guys, because there's so many different beans out there with different roasting methods. So the best way is just play with it. If your bean is not fresh, older beans, you're not gonna get good shot, okay, period. Because it doesn't matter how much I dialed in store-bought beans, even though it looks great, but tastes terrible. So that's something you have to play with. Somebody said they want a La Pavoni versus Rancilio.
Someone asked me La Pavoni versus Rancilio. You know what, I might do that, okay? I think I might do this. I have to do it, something like that. I have to do it quickly because I'm planning on packing my Rancilio up today or tomorrow, so I can ship it out. But maybe before I'm gonna send it. But again, that shot quality is both of them. I wish. Is any of you come to Tucson in the future, I set up my little coffee bar setup at my computer shop. So just feel free to stop by. I can make you guys some coffee. My plan for my shop, obviously, I have to work, but I got a small section for my coffee bar there. So I'm gonna have a different machine there. I'm gonna set up my Lapaboni, all my manual espresso machines, and you guys can taste as well. It's gonna be a fun place to you guys can visit hopefully someday.
Somebody asked, do you still roast your own coffee? I roast mine, and the grind setting is usually at 9. I'm curious why the big difference between your setting and mine.
Someone asking me about home roasting. Yes, I do still roasting it at home, not home, but at work. Again, the grinder setting is different from machine to machine. It's not identical, okay? Because one before my old burr, I just replaced it. Old burr, I'm usually around the inner burr around 6, outside between 7 and 8. With this one, I had to change to inner burr around number 5, outside between 5 and 7. So it's all depend on the machine. So I mean, that's not a bad thing, okay? It's all about the adjustment. Okay, and then
let's see.
we got some more questions.
Somebody said you should have equal amounts of coffee for a true comparison.
Someone asked me equal amount of ground beans to comparison. Yes, you are absolutely correct. I think that's the reason I use the ratio instead. But for my next machine, definitely, because unfortunately this Rancilio is 14-gram basket. So compared to Breville, I think between 18 and 20 gram in it. But again, plus minus 1 gram or so.
What was the root cause of the water leaking on the Rancilio portafilter?
Someone asking me about what's the cause of. Because it's just a seal, okay? Because sometimes, if you don't seal it properly, I know the seller told me that he put the brand new seal on it, but sometimes you have to actually just make sure, lock it in all the way. Maybe I may not do that as well, so. Okay, more questions?
Are you planning on getting a fellow oat grinder?
Someone asked me, am I planning on getting a fellow oldie grinder? I don't know yet, because I do mostly espresso at home, at the shop, but the price is right though. Those grinders were what, $250 or so? Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. But if you guys like to do like pour over or French press, they're fantastic.
Somebody said you should use the same grinder for both.
Yes, someone asked me, yep. So again, this one, I tested with the same grinder, so only thing difference is the amount of dosing amount. But I think, I think they're both great shots. So if you are going for the shot quality, pick either of them, okay? You're not gonna regret any of them to buy this. But again, Rancilio is more for, if you are really serious about coffee, go with the Rancilio. Make sure you get the PID version of it. That's really helpful. And plus, get a good grinder, okay?
What machine has better temperature stability?
Which machine has better temperature stability? If you have the PID on Silvia, this one has a PID built in. So this one, Breville Barista Express, the PID is kind of like range there, between 195 and like 200 range. With the Rancilio, I think you can set at certain temperature, very precise. So as long as we have the PID, I think you're going to get a better result with Rancilio than Barista Express.
When in a hurry, which machine warmed up first and by how much?
If you're in a hurry, which machine I use? If I'm in a hurry, I go with...
Which has warmed up first?
Which one? The both does take time. Not because the water temperature, because the group head, okay? So, if you're in a hurry, again, I go with this one, Barista Express, because you just put it in, do a couple dummy shots, okay? And then you are going to warm up the portafilter and group head there, maybe 2 or 3 dummy shots, and then you can just make yourself quick coffee and go.
Somebody asked, maybe the seller will refund some of your money to get it fixed?
Someone asked me, I think the seller's planning on giving me the full refund. So, because, you know, he's really nice enough to, because he's selling me with PID. I mean, that's what I was looking for in the machine. So, I mean, that's not an issue at this time.
Somebody said they're using a DeLonghi and Dedica, and I got a bottomless portafilter and it's not working correctly. It's from the same company and the size is the same.
Okay, someone bought a DeLonghi Dedica. Okay, with the bottomless portafilter. By the way, I have a hard time using bottomless portafilter on Breville Express. Okay, period. Doesn't matter if I use the niche grinder with my St. Anthony, this precision distribution tool. I get about 70% right. Okay, so it all depends on, and plus.
Oh. It leaks from the side.
Okay, let's see, and then because here's bottomless portafilter, and then whenever you just pull the shot. The leak from the side there. Again, this portafilter, I'm sorry, this filter baskets is not the best, okay? And I wish like IMS or VST come up with basket for Breville Barista Express, and it'd be great, but I don't think they have come up with a filter basket yet. But that's the top one. Okay, that's another reason I stopped using bottomless, because it's really hard to dial in. I mean, don't feel bad about it. I mean, that's part of using these machines.
Somebody asked me, a little off topic, is it bad to see the imprint of the screen on the puck after brewing?
Someone asked me if you see the imprint on your puck. Okay, the best way to find out, so once you fill the basket with the beans, temp it, put it in there, lock it in, and take it out. Make sure you're not touching the group head. Okay, so that's the good time to find out how much beans you have. That's why I like to use the razor on your Barista Express. They give you the ideal depth. Here we go. Let's see. So here's razor. So that's the how much depth you want to be between the puck and the group head. So, I mean, if you're not sure about it, use the tool. Okay. You have any questions, honey?
Let's see. Do you feel the bean will be warm up inside the environment within the barista?
Okay, someone asking me, I do not use hopper, okay? I always use a single dose at a time because, again, look at my kitchen setup. I'm right next to the stove. That's another reason I do not use hopper here, because once you store it here, not only I'm going to heat up the beans from the internal temperature and all the moisture from, when I'm cooking. So yeah, that's another reason I don't use it. I'm just always store on my coffee canister, use it like, whatever dosing amount at a time. So I mean, if you like to use the hopper, just make sure stay away from, hot place.
And somebody says they sold their Express and got a dual boiler.
Okay, someone told me that sold the Barista Express and get a dual boiler is a wonderful machine though. Okay, they're 58 millimeter portafilter and dual boiler, so you can do steam and brewing at the same time. I mean, that's a good move there. Very good.
And does weight of beans in hopper make grind more consistent?
If someone asks me the weight of the hopper I don't know, maybe.
Beans in the hopper.
Yeah, beans in the hopper maybe consistent dosing amounts, maybe. I mean, but again, that's why I measure out my scale with my dosing amounts. Does take time, but if you're in a hurry, just pop it in and you should be good to go. So it's all depends on your comfort level. How much work you want to put into making coffee every morning.
Somebody says, I just got an infuser. Is it the same as Express except for the grinder?
Someone asked me about the Breville infuser. They are the identical machine except the built-in grinder. Yeah, they're same. Okay, internal is the same pump inside. By the way, so all the machine, I don't want to say low-end machine, but Rancilio has it's called vibrator pump. They are same as Rancilio, Breville Barista Express, and Infuser, even Gaza Classic. They use the same pump. So comes the pumping quality, pretty much the same.
Somebody says they have the rocky grinder, not impressed.
Someone told me about the rocky grinder. You're not that impressed, because personally, I'm not a big fan of the. I wonder you have the doser version or doser less. I'm not a doser version. I don't like those grinders because it's hard to use it and messy. So I'd rather use a single doser. I'm sorry, the doser less coffee grinder, if you can get those.
How to choose the duration of pre-infusion?
How to choose pre-infusion duration? You have to play with it, okay? Because again, with the Barista Express, you can actually manually adjust your pre-infuser. If you hold down the button here, right now you are in the pre-infuser process. So let me show you that. So right now we are in the pre-infuser right now. So it doesn't move. If I let go, and then pumps kicks in. So it's all dependent on your taste, okay? That's something you want to play with. But again, I mean, if you're planning on coffee as your hobby, definitely play with like pre-infuser. But if you just want to have a good coffee, I just stuck with the default setting, okay? That make your life a lot easier, because I know Breville spent a lot of time come up with those default settings. So I bet you they spent hours and hours come up with what's the best setting for the most people.
Somebody says they're getting the Baratza Forte AP.
Someone getting the Baratza Forte AP. Is that grinder? I think that's the grinder, isn't it? Or yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one because I heard it before.
Next question is, I read that the Rancilio needs to be back flush cleaned often. Is it true?
Someone asked me, Rancilio should be back flush off. You know what? I mean, just answer is yes, because I do it. Okay, so Rancilio Silvia, that's my first machine, but I've been using the Rancilio S5 for over 10 years. So I clean it at least once a week, okay? We'll compare to Barista Express, they have schedule. So whenever I see the clean me light turns on, I clean it. So more with Rancilio than Breville Barista Express. But again, it's all depends on how much we are using it though. So.
Somebody says, hey Hoon, in your opinion, what's the best value for the price for a home grinder for espresso?
Someone asked me, what is the best value for the home grinder? Okay, so under $200 range there, you got the Breville Smart Grinder. They're good for the value. But if I were you, I go with like Baratza Seta 270. Not the 30 version, okay? Not the Seta 30 by 270. Because they have so many grinder setting, micro adjustments. So, I mean, that's about $350. So I think that's what I would get. Spend a little bit more extra, give you a lot more flexibility. It is a lot of money. $350 is a lot of money, but it's still cheaper than Niche or Eureka. So.
And the last question, does anyone know if the pressure gauge is calibrated to a specific PSI?
Someone asked me about that. This gauge is calibrated to a certain PSI. I'm not sure about that, guys. I know someone actually did a YouTube video on this, so make sure to check it out on the YouTube channel, because I think, yes, it does, but I'm not sure.
What do you use to clean the Barista Express stainless steel?
Someone asked me, what do you clean? I usually like to use a soft towel, like microfiber cloth, and just wipe it down. Okay, because you don't want to wipe it down too hard with hard surface, because you are going to get scratched. So just make sure to be careful. Obviously, my bottom trays are banged up right now, so again, that's what happens with this shiny stainless steel. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm glad I get to show you before I ship it out. Comes to, again, back to shot quality, I think it's about the same. And that's my taste though, okay? I know some of you have different opinions about it, but if you're a first-time buyer, I'm talking about first-time buyer, I think Breville is my top of my list, okay? Comes to price-wise, comes in one package. By the way, this is not a sponsored video by Breville. I just like them. Make sure to follow me on Instagram as well. Hold on, I got another question.
How often do you descale the machine?
Someone asked me how often I descale. Okay, so this machine has the descale indicator. So whenever the light is solid, I descale it. So this one, I don't have to worry about it. The machine reminds me when to clean, so when to back flush and when to descale. With the Rancilio, you have to keep track of, you need to keep track of maybe like spreadsheet. So when you descale it and when you back flush. So again, this is more work, okay? So Silvia is more for, I don't want to say serious, but more like if you like coffee as your hobby. Definitely Rancilio is better purchase, but Breville Express, this is overall, this is a better value for the money. All right, I hope you guys are having a great day, and then hopefully see you guys tomorrow morning.